Hey guys, this is Oracle Daphne. My name is Beth, and I'm back again doing your mid-November 2015 horoscope. This is for everyone with their ascendant, sun, or moon in the lovely Gemini, okay? And just as an update, I'm not going to be doing my mid-December videos. If you are new to my channel, definitely click subscribe so you can be notified when I do post my videos. I usually post my videos in the beginning of the month and mid-month. This month, like I did. But December, I'm going to be doing a whole bunch of other videos, so I'm not going to have time to do both. And with the holidays, it's going to be kind of a crazy schedule. Guys, the holidays are very busy for me, so please email me in advance if you'd like to set up a private reading. If I can get you in sooner than later, I will try my best. But going into the holidays, I know that it's going to be a very busy time, and I want to get to everybody and try to get as many people in as possible because I know people are kind of getting nervous about next year and they want to know what's going on next year. So definitely reach out to me. My email is elizabetholson31@gmail, and I do private sessions as well as couple sessions. And you can find out more about my pricing, payment, and schedule on the About link on my YouTube channel. So this is again for Gemini, everyone with their ascendant, sun, or moon. And I'm just going to roll out and see what we've got. I am letting everybody know, anybody who lives in Australia, it is taking me at least 2 days to book. So please contact me in advance and let me know if you want to get scheduled. But I cannot do same-day appointments for people who live that far out, or even the next day. Really, it's too far. So, anyways, back to Gemini. You really have a hodgepodge here, Gemini. What's going on? Okay. You've got the two biggest players in the deck, okay? You've got the number one player, which is the Nine of Cups dude, which is usually a water sign male, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, okay? Number one, Pisces. Pisces, gotta watch out for Pisces, guys, because they swim away and they swim back. Pisces are sharks as well, okay? Can be sharks, and they can, prey, be kind of predatory, predatory. I don't know if it's a word. On innocence. Okay, what you might call innocence, but innocence is not the word that I'm talking, not the same kind of meaning of what I'm trying to say. So ladies and gents who are in a relationship with a Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer male, or Libra, you need to really watch out. There's a lot of drama here for you, Gemini. It's a lot of drama. So, you've got the Nine of Cups, which is a Pisces, usually a Pisces guy. Can be female, but I see it as a Pisces guy. Okay? And the outcome as the number two player, which is the Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, Libra male. I see a Libra because Libras are the knights in shining armor, and this is the knight in shining armor riding on the horse. Libras are the ones that want to run into the fray and beat everybody up, be the winner, and be the hero of the day. That's Libra for you. Everybody falls for a Libra now and then. So I'm not blaming you if you should fall for the Libra, but you've got some water in your chart, okay? If you are, you could be a Pisces guy with some strong Gemini in your chart, okay? Or a Cancer guy or a Scorpio guy with Gemini also. Gemini ladies, this can also indicate Aquarius male, okay? Aquarius male, because Aquarius is like their freedom. This is a man who likes their freedom. This is someone who wants to be free, okay? This is the player. This is somebody who is not really into commitment. Okay, let's just say you're a Gemini female and there's no guys in sight. This is financial prosperity for you, okay? This is money flowing in. This is wealth, prosperity, and happiness, okay? But for everybody else that has a water sign person in their life, This is you, okay? And, you know, in the center of everything, you have the Lover's card. Ooh la la, right? I just want to make that crazy. This is this is where I feel like I'm Conan O'Brien. You know, I'm making sound effects. I'm doing all kinds of crazy shit on my Oracle Daphne show. Okay, so this is like this. I just want to make that kissy sound. That I don't know why. I just wanted to make that kissy card. This is the kissy card with Gemini. So this is, you know, some of you are married. Okay, some of you are married and money's flowing in. So that's the best case scenario. Okay, some of you are married and or in a relationship and you're being played. Okay, that's the worst case scenario. You may want a relationship but not be in a relationship at all. You may want, you know, to have commitment and family and partnership, and it just may not be happening for you because you're distracted by a bunch of player dudes. You've got the Nine of Cups as a player, you've got the Knight of Cups as a player, and you've got the Five of Wands as a guy who's run for the hills. And you also have that tying in, and again, these are almost you also might be in a relationship with an Aries too. These are almost the same cards as the Pisces. So to me, there's a strong Pisces here connection. And some of these cards also came up with the Aries. So Gemini females, you may be in a relationship with an Aries guy, okay, who gets scared very easily, or who just has he's very busy and a lot on his plate, okay. To me, these are very cliche. This is very cliche. You got a guy who's gotten scared, who's running for the hills. You've got the Knight of Cups who's coming and going into your life as a project. He's not. This is not a long-term partner. Very few have a long-term partnership. Okay. If you are in a long-term partnership with one of these characters, please message me. Okay. But I don't see it as being where there's full commitment. I feel like if you are in a relationship with a Pisces, this Pisces is not fully committed to you in a way. It's sort of like they're I feel like they're in there's a love triangle, okay? It's a love triangle. There may be somebody else that they're also in love with, okay? Or they're just not into the relationship anymore, okay? There's a lot of problems. I feel like for you, Gemini, there's a lot of problems and issues going on here. The reason past, you have the Hanged Man, which is hanging in by a thread, okay? Hanging on for dear life. You guys get this card a lot, okay? Gemini guys, especially, who are just kind of hanging on, you know, not eating right, not sleeping right, just not taking care of your health, okay? And this is inner and outer strength. But people ask me, okay, what is, you know, can it just be, you know, mental strain? I see it also as a physical test. See it as a physical issue, okay? Because he's hanging there. He's hanging there by his legs, okay? He's not hanging on by his arms. He's hanging on by his legs. And eventually his legs are going to give out, you know? And it's only because he's asked for help that he's actually being, he's okay. So you may have asked your friends for help or your family for help in something recently. This is just also can just be moral support, where you've asked people for some moral support. You're going through kind of a tough time. This feels like a tough time. This is a tough situation. You got the Five of Cups crowning you, which is waiting on the beach of life, going, when am I going to be Mr. Right? When am I going to be happy? When is my life going to begin? When am I going to find love? You know? This is feeling very overwhelmed. Gemini gets this way. This is where things are happening too fast, Gemini. This is where things are going too fast and you're not able to, you're starting to spin out of control, okay? Again, you know, it's interesting because I felt like this with the Aries, but I'm feeling this with you. Someone maybe is watching Aries video as well, has a little bit of hyperactivity. Maybe it's because they have Aries in their chart and there's a lot of fire energy. There's someone who has some hyperactivity where you're not able to sit still. And Geminis, Gemini's need to kind of go because their shadow is like the horse, basically, is the Sagittarius, which is like a fire. It's fire. It's like go go go, but then you burn out. So it's like you're in the same cycle, which I would say it's like you're going and then you're burning out, and you're crashing. You're going and then crashing. I felt like this. I think for the general November, I don't know if I did or not. I don't remember, but I feel like this is similar. So things really haven't changed too much. Some of the obstacles that you're going to be facing are feeling emotionally like you can't do, like there's some restrictions. Either someone's married, either you're involved with someone who's married, or you're involved with somebody who has a partner, okay, already. And there's restrictions on what you can and cannot do in the relationship, okay? There's just restrictions. Feeling like, but also this is feeling like you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't, which makes sense for the Gemini, because there's two, okay? So it's sort of like feeling like you can't get ahead. You're feeling like you can't do what you want. Or feeling like, for whatever reason, you're limited. And you have a lot of fears. You have a lot of worries and fears. These two things. You've got the 8 and the 9. 8 followed by the 9. So it's almost like it progressively gets worse. And you feel like you have a lot of shit to do. You have a lot on your plate. And this goes for guys and girls. So it's sort of like the feeling that you have sort of mid to end of November, Gemini, is you feel restricted or in some way. Like you can't get everything that you need to do done. There's some restriction on your time, energy, or money. And this may be a lot of obligations. You may be very obligated to a lot of people. You may feel like for some reason you have no, I guess what I want to say is you have no breathing space, okay? I feel like Aquarius felt this way, so you may also have some strong Aquarius in your chart too. But it's sort of like you have no breathing room, like you're suffocating. You just are suffocating, you're restricted, your time is restricted. It's like every little thing you do, it's almost like, there's a clock, and every hour there's something you got to be somewhere, okay? It's like every single minute, every single hour is accounted for, and you don't even have 10 minutes to take a shit. You're just like, I need, like, to break out of this. You just, like, want to, like, have some space, like, want to have some, like, breathing room, some alone time, some, like, time where it's not restricted, where there's no obligation that you have to face for anything. But the funny thing is that, again, it's similar to Pisces, and again, you may be in a relationship with the Pisces, okay? Similar to Pisces is that it's a prison of your own making. And you may actually, if you have a water sign partner, okay, again, Scorpio, Cancer, or Pisces, okay, could be a Scorpio as well, somebody who's very controlling. There's maybe some issue where someone is very, like, controlling. You feel like you're being controlled in some way. There's some element of feeling like controlled or someone who's controlling. But the thing is that it's a prison of your own making. So it's like you say yes to everything and yet you feel obligated, So it's like you feel guilty if you don't make every single hour what's the word? You feel guilty if you don't make every single hour accounted for something. So if you did have 10 minutes, you'd fill it. Basically, and you're not saying no. You're not saying no. So it's a prison of your own making. You feel like, in a way, obligated. Like you have to do it. But the thing is, you don't have to do it. It's a thing that you choose. Now, I said that to a friend once, and I never heard from them again. But the point was, that I think I was trying to make, was that they have, and still have, the option to choose what they do in life. If you overdo it, if you overkill it, and if you account for every single waking moment of your life, you've got to be doing something here, you've got to be doing something there, you got to go here, and you got to go there, and da da da. Somebody who has like, and I think this was on the radio once, and I think I talked about this in one of my other videos, and I don't know why my guide is telling me this again, but it's like, the person that has like 5 after-school activities for their kids. They take their kid to swimming lessons, and then after swimming lessons, they got ballet, and after ballet, they've got trumpet, after trumpet, they've got dance, and then after dance, they go to gymnastics, and you know what I mean? And after gymnastics, it goes on and on. So, of course, your life is going to be madness, because you have like 5 after-school activities, you're trying to cram every single thing into like 1 hour. That's not going to work for you, Gemini. Eventually, you're going to be so restricted that you have no space at all. So this is what you do. You cross the things off on your list. You start crossing them off. No to gymnastics. No to trumpet. No to soccer. No to dance. You pick one thing. You go to one thing a week. That's it. Say no. It's easy as that. There's also some element here of being afraid of getting hurt. There's some negativity regarding getting hurt, and some negativity regarding feeling like just like, again, the dark cloud kind of hanging over your head for some reason regarding a certain person. To me, this is very cliche. This is a guy who got scared, okay? You're dealing with a guy who got scared, for a lot of you. Not everyone. For those of you who are single, this is you having that negative mindset of worst case scenarios going over and over and over in your head, okay? The worry, the fear, the paranoia, okay? And the thing is it's sort of like it's going to get worse before it gets better, okay? You have the 8 to the 9, which is progressive. What started off as feeling kind of moody or like dark or feeling like low turns into like total fear, like where you're really afraid of like the worst thing happening to you, which is just a fear. It's not reality, okay? And then it kind of improves a little bit where it's just like you have the 5 of Wands, but the 5 of Wands is feeling like you can't get enough done. It's like every activity you have to be doing something with every hour of your time, okay? And it's going to drive you crazy. It's this top that spins out of control. It's a thing that goes viral, okay? So you need to make sure you're taking enough time to rest. Make sure that you're crossing off things off your schedule. You're saying no, that you are balancing your work life, your home life. I feel like this is your personal life. I don't feel like this has really much to do with work, although there may be some fears around work or school if you're in school. I really don't. And I feel like some of you are waiting for a guy to come back. Do not wait for the guy to come back, because most likely there is a love triangle happening with him. He's involved, or she's involved with somebody else, and they're not totally in. There isn't the commitment. If you're in a marriage situation, you got to be careful, because I feel like some of you, your partner is elsewhere. Your partner is bouncing around, okay? There may be some kind of hot and cold thing going on too, where it's sort of like, you're not, at one point in the middle of November, things are going really well for you in relationships, and then for some reason they go to shit later on. If that happens, message me. It's most likely, again, it's very cliche, the guy just got scared or the girl just got scared and they don't see the relationship going anywhere. That's really all. That's why. Or you could be you, Gemini, who just doesn't really want to get fully into a full-blown partnership, and so you're kind of you just want to be free, okay? Because air signs need their freedom. Again, you need your freedom. The reason I feel like Geminis go a little bit crazy and try to get everything done is because they're trying to clear things off their plate, but they're doing it through the wrong way, okay? You clear things off your plate by saying no in the first place. Not by piling more on just so that you could clear more off. It doesn't make any sense to me, okay? So that's my advice, okay? Say no, and then you won't have those things on your plate to begin with, Don't say yes, because if you say yes, then you'll just have to worry about clearing them off. And I know that you're going to understand what I'm saying here, Gemini. I know you're going to understand it because this is most likely what's going on with you. So you have the Seven of Pentacles in the immediate future. And the Seven of Pentacles is waiting for the harvest, waiting to pluck the harvest, waiting for things to become ripe. This is a card about being kind of impatient, wanting things to happen. This is also sexuality. This is being in a relationship with a Scorpio. Okay, Scorpio female. Gemini guys, Scorpio female. Now, you may be a Scorpio female that may have some Gemini in your chart. Okay, and you're feeling very sexy. This is very sexy. This is fertility. This is, you know, just sort of being ready. I don't know, being ready for, ready for sex. Basically, that's just what I want to say. Ready to get it on. You know, some of you may be ready. Geminis are always ready to get it on. They're always ready. But ultimately, you know, the Scorpio in you, it's bringing it out in you more. Okay. But because you have 2 cards about waiting, 3 cards about waiting, so you have the card of the recent past, which is the Hanged Man, which to me is a card about needing patience and hanging in there and waiting for things to pass. Time passing, letting the world pass you by, getting through things because you're in a way just hanging on, okay? Then you also have the waiting card, which is the 5 of Cups, which is crowning you. So we have past, present, and immediate future, all waiting cards, okay? 5 of Cups, how much longer should I have to wait before life begins? Feeling overwhelmed, getting into that spiral because you don't know how to say no. And then you have the 7 of Pentacles, which is about waiting for the harvest or something to happen and being impatient for it. It's a timing issue. There's time passing. When is it going to be time? And then time in the future, which you're going, okay, I'm ready for it now, but you have to wait for whatever timing issue. So time is a major factor. It's interesting that I was talking about the clock. And so, because I was just getting an image of the clock. Time is a major factor for you. It's like right now, things may be going so very slowly that you may be feeling like, oh my God, like when is everything going to start to speed up? When am I going to I can't get anything done because it's like time is going so slowly. It's like stretched. And you're trying to milk it. You're trying to stretch every single minute for what it's worth. But it's almost like your fish going upstream. It's like the more you try to get done, the worse it gets. Same with Aquarius. So again, you may have some planets in Aquarius as well. But this just also could be for some of you a period where things don't happen when you want them to happen. It's a timing thing. When you have timing issues, the best thing to do is not to wait. The best thing to do is, in a way, distract yourself. Do something else. Take your mind off whatever it is that you're waiting on. Whatever it is you're waiting on feels like it's going to happen when it's time. Not in your timing. Not in your timing, because your timing is like lightning. It happens immediately. You know what I mean? Some of you Geminis, so here's the problem with Geminis too. Some of you may be on the opposite side of Gemini, which is what I call the slow side. There's the fast side of Gemini where things are happening like lightning speed, and you want everything to happen at lightning speed, and you're going, and you're very, very fast. The slow Geminis are where nothing moves. Nothing happens, nothing moves. Basically, their whole life is like, I want to say like dead. Like it's sort of like hibernation. You're asleep, okay? Where nothing is happening. Nothing is happening because you're not making anything happen. Because you're sitting on the couch trying to decide what to do, but you can't make up your mind. So it's just like you're staying on the couch through indecisiveness, because of indecisiveness. And so everything is happening very, very slowly, and time is passing. To me, this is time passing also. Time passing, and nothing may be happening in the way that you want it to, or at all, okay? And then the spiral goes down. Then this is a spiral downward into depression, into fear, into paranoia, into feeling like, you're beating the world off with a stick, like the world's against you. And then ultimately having to kind of deal with some people in your life which don't have really the best intentions towards you. These are the guys that kind of come into your life, but they don't stick. I feel like this is like these people. I feel like the Pisces is on his way out, okay? The Cancer, Scorpio on their way out, okay? I don't feel like they're on their way in. I feel like they're on their way out. So if you're waiting for this person, do not wait any longer because you're wasting your time, okay? If you ask me if this guy is going to come back, the answer is no, okay? No, he is not going to come back. I wish it were different, but that's the answer. So, I am going to pull a final card because I don't really want to leave off on that note. It's kind of a negative note. Okay, so I pulled 2 cards because another one got another player here. Again, Gemini, you are attracting in. If you are dating, you are attracting in a lot of player types. You got the Knight of Wands, which can indicate someone who has a wandering eye, okay? Not always, okay? This card is a card about slowing down and watching where you're going a lot of times. Not being overly aggressive, not being overly defensive, not being, argumentative. This is another person card. So again, this is where, Cancer, this is a Cancer, Scorpio, Leo, Sag, Capricorn, Taurus. I feel like it's a Capricorn, potentially, that's going to ride into your life. But is this Mr. Right? If you are younger, you need to be careful and make sure that this person wants what you want in a relationship, okay? Gemini, this is where, and this is, to me, this is your shadow. Your shadow is the Sag. So this is you. This is your shadow. It's a characteristic. A lot of times I see this as a characteristic card rather than a person, but it is a person card. So could be, for some of you, it's a person who has got a lot of fire in their chart riding into your life end of November, okay? But you also have that water sign too. There's a lot of guys here. So I want to say for some of you that are watching, Gemini females, you're dating a lot of different people. Or Gemini females, there's just a lot of people around you. Could be the holidays. You're spending a lot of time with friends and family, and there's a lot of characters. This is a show. This is the Gemini show where you're like, you got to invite everybody. You got to invite everybody. Some of you, it's not relationships. Some of you, it's just friendships. There's going to be at least one Pisces, at least one, I want to say Libra, at least one Cancer or Scorpio in your life, okay? So that's 4 different personalities. Four different personalities. And there may be another air sign too. Maybe another, like an Aquarius or somebody in there too. So we've got the whole cast. We've got the whole cast here, Gemini, for you. End of November. Again, could be you just being very busy, driving around. There may also be a Taurus too, because I think Taurus may have gotten this, being very busy, driving here and there and everywhere. If you spend a lot of time in your car, message me. This is just driving around a lot, okay? I feel like you're on a quest for wealth, but in a way, you are wealth. You're, I want to say, so money, baby, okay? You're so money, Gemini. So don't let anything stop you, okay? As far as, accomplishing what you want, don't let anything get in your way. And you also, the final card was the World's card. So again, I think Capricorn got this or Taurus got this. I don't remember. This is the World. This is having everything that you could possibly want at your fingertips, okay? This is the world being your oyster. Gemini guys, this is, I want to say, a Taurus or Capricorn female, Okay, could apply to any other person. I was going to say anybody else that's psychic or has psychic intuition or is very, I want to say very intuitive. Okay, but this is because I saw this. I remember it in either Taurus or Capricorn. I want to say it's Taurus or Capricorn. Okay, this showing up in your life. So this is another person. You may be seeing a psychic or talking to a psychic. This could be me. I do see myself as this person a lot of times. But this is someone, a lot of times, darker hair. I kind of have a lighter brown hair. So it may not be me that you're talking to. Somebody else who has dark hair. But this is also... I want to say this is breaking away from unhealthy relationships. So this is a time when you want to really examine your friendships. Be careful about getting involved with anybody who's not really good for you. That's like the main thing, because there's so many players that showed up in this deck. It's hard, in the spread for you. It's hard for me to say with confidence that any of them are really good for you. I don't really feel. You may just have a lot of friends, like I said, who have their own personalities and whatnot, and I'm sure they're fine. So, bear these things in mind. The world is, again, having it all. So you have an opportunity here at the end of November to really celebrate that, and be thankful for that. And Thanksgiving is happening at the end of the month, so this is a time of giving thanks for good reason. So I'll leave you there, and I wish you guys the best, and I send you big hugs, big kisses, and I will talk to you guys again soon. Okay, take care. Bye.